Hey guys, here. Today I want to go over the best path forward for level rewards, getting your free 99s overall through the level rewards, and basically who to pick out of each pack along the way, or at least the ones that I'm going to go with. Obviously, your plans will change depending on who your favorite players are. If you pack somebody amazing at a certain position, then you're not going to want to take them out of level packs until later on. But let's go through with what I think is the best move forward for these legend packs. So the early on legend players that they see here in these XP reward levels, they're not that good. They're like basically silvers. They're fine. Nothing too crazy impactful. They go through Craig Bijou at catcher. I would not go him. We're getting better catcher. Vita Blue. I always say his name wrong. A four-seamer with a curve and change, like 98. That's not bad. Walks per nine is a little bit low, so not a bad reliever there. So the first level, you probably want to go with somebody that's going to kind of like fill a spot that you miss. Like, depending on how many pre-order packs you have, depending on how many players that you've kind of like able to assemble through other means, through the moments, the Tim Tebow, that kind of stuff. You can choose other players. Generally, bullpen pieces are fine here. As we've oftentimes seen, there are some great budget bullpen. That Vita was fine. I think I saw another, who's the other bullpen piece? Rob Nen cards. I always like the way he throws for me. But generally, like the hitters, especially these Browns ones, even like at huge names, not going to be well statted. So it's kind of like, it's cool that they're in the name. It's cool that they're there. These guys, these Ted Williams, Babe Ruth types, but they're not really going to be, you're not going to really want them on your squad so much. So these are the evolution cards. Basically, the cards that we saw, if you saw my video on this, talking about kind of the Diamond Dynasty breakdown, you'll get stats with these cards and they'll go up in overall. I think the best one of this is Ed Matthews, right? Sorry, I had a little water beforehand. Anyways, bubbly water. So, Ed Matthews, I think. His swing is phenomenal. He plays third base, which I didn't really see a ton of competition. There's a little competition there, too. But Ed Matthews, the way he was able to kind of like put the ball, and the ball just like exploded off his bat and out of the park frequently next year. I think he's the best choice out of this evolution pack. So, definitely something to, that's what I'm doing. But, obviously there's no wrong decisions. Here's another choice pack oral. You like, oh, relief pitcher Nolan. You said out of this pitcher pack, a good like. I did not like using this Nolan Ryan card last year. This one's way too wild. You're gonna throw way too many cards. Like, even though he throws hard, you're gonna throw it down the middle of the plate. I think somebody like Lee Smith is a little bit better on control. You could go obviously with lefty if you prefer David Price, but he was kind of easy to hit out last year. Lee, I don't really like. Rich Gossage. And if you want to look at any of these cards, like some of them like this, if you want to look at their cards and their stats, just go look at MLB The Show 19. They didn't change a lot of the stats from the cards they brought over from last year to this year too. They also talk about other choice pack contents for the hitters. You see, okay, let me show it to you quick. See how it's choice patch pitcher, choice one batter, flashback, and legends at 35. So as you move up the ladder, you get other gold choices here. Gary Carter's, his swing's not the greatest. Chipper Jones is phenomenal. Chipper Jones, like if you don't go Ed Matthews, go Chipper Jones right there. I like it. Right here, I'm probably taking, I don't know, I kind of like Lou Gehrig for his name out of this, but like I said, if you go Evo non-Ed, which is the only reason not to do it, is you go Chipper Jones here. This one is not a bad choice to go. So 2 third basemen, Chipper Jones, depending on if he gets a secondary at shortstop, might not be a bad spot there. But I don't think he will get it. Cabrera to hold down the edges is not bad. Ozzie is a defensive wizard in the middle, but his bat is so light that I don't love it. So really 2 of the choices so far are third basemen for great level rewards. And it's tough that you don't see a lot of competition otherwise. But those ones don't really matter as much as these next packs, right? As the ones that are high 90s. This is what I really want, or I guess mid 90s, or diamond choices here. This is the video what I really wanted to center it around. So the Evo Ed Matthews, I can get up to diamond. And then these diamonds right here. This Alberto Mondesi, switch hitting middle infielder, can also play third base. He's fast as heck. The problem with him is that his bat is kind of light, right? It's solidly okay, but his benefit is kind of in the speed department right there. Charlie Morton, another reliever. A diamond reliever isn't really needed compared to like these other cards. Victor Robles, good, but this, like, there's no chance I'm not getting Gary Sanchez. Right? Early on when we're playing an veteran all-star difficulty, 100% going Gary Sanchez right away in my pack. Over 100 power, 90 contact versus righty too. Even though his vision's a little bit low, the ball's going to absolutely explode off his bat. So I am definitely going El Gary. Even though his contact versus lefty is low, he's a right-handed hitter, so it is a little bit easier naturally to track left-handed pitchers. And nobody's going to specifically bring in a lefty to go against him because they're giving up then the throw advantage side. So I like Gary, even though he's reverse platooned. That's going to be my catcher. 100% taking Gary out of that pack. So let's keep moving on. Alex Reyes. Good velocity, good card. Controls a little lower than I can see, but like that's fine. Like this is a good. He's got a fast sinker, a changeup. So this might be a hard choice between Alex, but I'm definitely going El Gary in this pack. And yeah, not a doubt in my mind. Unless I somehow pull a crazy catcher or I don't need him if I get like the live series catcher or something. So here are choice pack contents. Some pitchers here for you. We also got Willie. Actually, they're going to go through the stats in a second. We got Ricky Henderson here too. So the pitchers, these are huge issues, right? His walks per 9 is a little bit lower, so it'll be a little bit wilder than you like to see, but a 98 mile per hour four seam with over 100 per 9s. We saw somebody do this last year. His name was Kershaw, and it was brutal, right? Kershaw's curve was at 72, but sweeping curve at 77 with a changeup slider. Man, I guess at least he doesn't have a sinker, but a two-seamer could be buffed a little this year because it was really weak last year. I don't know, man. I hate the choice of the developer. Like, when I hate the choice the developer does something because they bring something overpowered into the game, that means you kind of want to choose somebody like that. Now, I'll just give it a second. So this Hal Neuheiser card is phenomenal, okay? Look at Kluber's card once they bring it up. Kluber's card. 97 cutter, a cutter at 97 along with a sinker. So you got a ball that's going in and a ball that goes away, like two fastballs that move different directions. Then he's got a kind of a slow four-seamer. I don't know how much you'll be using the four-seamer. You'll be basically using sinker, cutter, slurve, change. And it's crazy, right? Slurves are some of the best pitches in the like. This is probably maybe if you sub out the four-seamer, but even the four-seamer is nice to throw things straight if it's got good control on it. With his walks, with his control, with his walks per 9, and his over 100 per 9s, this Kluber card, he maybe not be as powerful as Kershaw because of the hitting mechanics last year. And the hitting mechanics have gotten a lot better this year from what I played in the beta and what they've talked about. But wow, this guy is going to be hard to square up, especially if they give cutters. If he gets like some sort of quirk for his cutter, or if they change the cutters to make him a little bit better, less pop off the bat. But this Corey is definitely who I'm getting right away, unless for some reason cutters are dead this year. But Kenley Jansen's cutter last year, which I would compare to that cutter right there, was really good. They got a lot of sawed-off bats. Raleigh Fingers, not a bad choice. I'm going Kluber first, though. Kind of like how last year I went with Kershaw, then Nolan. I'm going Kluber, then Hal. But, man, sinker, slider, forkball. Raleigh, like, you're like, oh, that's kind of unimpressive. But when you watch those things come out of his hands and, like, you try to hit it, or, like, this guy had, like, a low 1 point ERA for me last year, playing on decently high levels. Even playing on All-Star, that's an impressive feat because it's so easy to hit there. So, high-end control, can place it like a dart. Ricky Henderson, here's Ricky Henderson. So, bats right-handed. He's got amazing speed. Very good in the outfield, right there. 95 reaction with the speed is going to shut down a lot of balls out there. Are you okay giving up some power versus righty? He's really good against lefties, like phenomenal. One of the best against lefties in the game, especially with that speed. But you're going to face like 60 to 75% right-handed hitters or right-handed pitchers. I don't know. Not a huge fan of that, like I was of this card last year, but I wouldn't hate you. McCovey is definitely the worst choice. All right, this is a bench bat. This is a platoon hitter. He's got a good swing, but not being able to hit lefties, that's rough. That is super rough. So I don't like it. So that's kind of my order here of these 99s. I go Kluber, Hal, Raleigh, and then Ricky, and then McCovey. Unless you have a major hole in your outfield, and then Ricky's definitely the choice. All right, the next choice pack, 99s. These are the Silver Level 1, aka Level 100 awards. Let's move on and let's take a look at their stats. Fast forward until we get to them. Who's my favorite here? All right. Oh, I missed it. All right. Ryan Sandberg. For a second baseman, we can't really see we can see the 83s. A second baseman, these stats, vision over 100, contact over 100, power early in the game is going to be really nice there with 80s. It's really hard to say don't go with him. Second base is traditionally a pretty thin market. Last year it wasn't as thin as it was in the past because we had Alomar, Hornsby. This guy came kind of late in the year to really make too much of an impact on it, but we had some good second basemen last year. A lot of people usually use their cap there, but with this card, might not be a bad idea just to kind of grab him right away. But let's take a look. Larkin. Now, he has a major power outage against righties, but lefty he destroys, and he gets on base really well against righties with phenomenal defense. Stealing, not phenomenal, but very good defense at shortstop. So it depends what you see yourself being able to get an easier one, shortstop or second base. I find it easier to get shortstops than second base, but that's my experience. I feel like the shortstop position is slightly stronger than the second base position. But moving forward, Reggie Jackson. Now, this guy, well balanced, even though obviously he is better against righties, just destroys the ball against righties. 115 power, decent swing, not great in the outfield, but not a menace. 71 speed is okay. Reaction's a little slow. He'll let balls drop that he shouldn't. But a bat first destroyer of worlds, man, sexy. Sexy. Let's look through the rest of them before we give our final. Minimoso, a little faster than Reggie, a little bit better in the field. Less power, though, right? Similar contact, slightly better contact there against lefty, but, he's a righty. I feel like lefties have slightly better swings against righties, and just overall, I don't know why. I just hit better with lefties myself. Vision 122 is phenomenal. Much better than Jackson, but I like power. I love power. Even though last year some contact guys did some damage for us and they made contact guys more relevant, early on, I still want to be hitting dongers on All-Star. Higher levels, I can see the switch, and maybe by the time you get up to this, you will be at a higher level, and I can see the choice for Minoso, but it's going to be hard to pass on some of these. All right, Buster Posey. Now, I did say I was 100% taking Gary Sanchez, and Buster, while he looks amazing, I'm still not changing that vote, right? Great contact versus lefty, but righty, he's okay. Vision's 93, which is really solid. But I think El Gary kind of moves Buster down my list, right? Otherwise, he's great. All right, so ranking them. I think out of these ones that I'm in order, because El Gary's going to put Buster Posey at 5, number 4 choice is going to be Larkin, and then it's going to be Minoso, then it's going to be Reggie Jackson, and my number 1 choice, I believe, is Ryan Sandberg, unless I see something crazy at a second baseman. Otherwise, if I see another second baseman that I like a lot in some sort of pack, or I randomly pull him or something, then Reggie gets the boost over him. But those are my top 2 is Ryan Sandberg and Reggie Jackson out of the level packs, top 100 level. But you'll be able to get all these cards if you grind all the levels. You'll be able to get all 5 of them. Just one comes before the others, obviously, because you got to choose the first one. So that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think on the level rewards? Who are you guys chasing first out of your first level rewards for each of these packs? But thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.